Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Podcast TV. I'm back. It's been quite a while since I've done an episode. I don't even remember when the last time was. I've done an episode of 360 TV, and hopefully I'll do more now that I'm back. Also, episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic as well. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be back for good now, but who knows. But for right now, tonight's episode, I'm going to talk about the pay-per-view tonight that I watched on the FITE app, Evolve 96. But first, I want to go over a couple things from last week. It was 1 week tonight. Clash Wrestling All Out War, the final Clash Wrestling event of 2017, took place at the Taylortown Trade Center. First, it was originally scheduled to be one-on-one for the Clash Championship. The main event, Justin Maine taking on Maserati Rick, but at the last minute, James Alexander adds himself to the match, making it a triple threat. And it is James Alexander who wins the match to become the new Clash Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Justin Maine had a long run with the championship, and it is now over. And he didn't even have time to prepare for Justin Maine, didn't know he was going to be in the match. Maserati Rick didn't know that was going to become a triple threat. But bottom line, James Alexander, new Clash Heavyweight Champion. Also, some history making took place that night. The all-out war match down to GQ, Gavin Quinn, and June Tai. That's it. I guess they're both winners. Gavin Quinn says instead of going for the Clash Championship, one of them winning, become number one contender, they want the Clash Tag Team Championships. And there's going to be a tag team tournament at Seize the Day 11, January 20th, celebrating the 10th anniversary of Clash Wrestling. That'll be a huge event, and this tournament makes it even bigger. So it'll be interesting for sure to see what the Lotus has in store for Clash Wrestling and the other tag teams in Clash Wrestling, and who knows who are going to be the tag teams in that tournament. And now let's move on to tonight. I watched on the FITE app. And speaking of FITE TV, got a code for you to use. I'll put it in the description, and you can use the code, get $20 free credits to order any pay-per-view you want on the FITE app. So feel free to use that code, sign up, and get $20 free credits. And now, Evolve 96. First, we start off with some prelims, and it is Joey Lynch defeating Dominic Garrini via submission. KTB and Shane Mercer defeated Matt Nix and Davey Fierce. Stephen Wolf and Jarek 120 is next. Jarek 120 picks up the win in this match, which I thought was a pretty good match, especially for a prelim. And now we start the main show, Evolve 96, and it is the Evolve champion Zack Sabre Jr. defeating DJZ. Another really good match here to start off the main show. Very good in my opinion. Austin Theory with Priscilla Kelly is next, taking on Darby Allin. Allin picks up the win, and now it is time for intermission. And then when we come back, the Evolve Tag Team Championships are on the line. Anthony Henry, and James Drake taking on the team of Jaka and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams with Stokey halfway in their corner. This one is interrupted by the end interference, and then a brawl breaks out, goes all over the building. And next up is a no rope break match. Fred Yehi and Matt Riddle. I thought this was a very entertaining match. Really good here between these two. Matt Riddle picks up the win via submission. Definitely worth checking this match out if you have a chance. And the main event now, Walter taking on WWN champion Keith Lee. Lee gets the win with the Ground Zero, but is not able to celebrate his victory. Is interrupted by AR Fox and his crew, and they come down to the ring, and Fox tells him that it is his destiny to become the WWN champion, and then his crew tries to attack Lee, but Lee counters, and then they back off, and Lee cuts a quick promo thanking the crowd there in Queens, and that's Evolve 96. Very good show, I thought. Definitely worth checking out. That code I mentioned earlier, which will be in the description, get $20 of free credits, can check this pay-per-view out. Or, if you want, tomorrow night will be Evolve 97 at 7 p.m., I believe, Eastern Time. Use the credits to check out that pay-per-view. Or Beyond Wrestling tomorrow afternoon. Or any of the weekend's WAW shows. The Bellatrix show took place this weekend. Or coming up next Friday, I believe, is the Impact One Night Only Part 4 of the GFW Amped series, which will feature the finals of the Global Championship match, Bobby Roode and Nick Aldis, the Women's Championship match, the Tag Team Championships, I think. But anyway, any of those shows you want to use the credits to, you can. Once again, I'll put the code in the description of this video. You can use it, get $20 free credits. And that's it for this episode. Kind of short, but I hope to have more episodes of 360 TV coming soon, and 360 Wrestling Fanatic, the podcast as well. Remember, you can like 360 Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and follow on Twitter at 360 Wrestling Pod, Instagram 360 Wrestling Podcast, and email if you have any questions or comments, 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. And I hope to bring back 360 TBT soon on the Patreon, so hopefully we'll get some Patreon supporters soon. But if you have a suggestion of a past show you want me to talk about on there, just send an email, 360wrestlingpodcast at gmail.com. And speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/360wrestlingpodcast, you can go there and support 360 Wrestling Podcast, make the podcast even better. Anything will be appreciated if you can. Until next time, I'm Lance Brock, and I am a wrestling fanatic.